Okay, today we're going to watch one of CLIX's best games in the recent Elite Cup finals. And basically, I'll just go through the game and tell you guys why I think what they do is good or bad. And also, I got Starlink recently, which is way better internet than I previously had, so I can now stream. So expect to see me streaming in the next few weeks or so, probably on Twitch. I was debating whether to do it on YouTube or Twitch, but I'll probably start on Twitch. If you want to see me streaming, then go into the description of this video and click the link tree, and then the Twitch will be there. Alright, onto the video. And the Joneses, obviously. And they go over to this guy to key him, but what they don't know is this person's behind, and then he beams Dukes. And this part after here is pretty simple and probably obvious, but it's pretty good. So since he's so low, he just keeps making heaps of boxes to get away from this guy, while CLIX tries to get to him. And then all CLIX's focus is just getting to his teammate, and then recovering, fully healing. And then what they'll do here is instantly after they finish healing, they'll look for a play on one of them as a duo. And then boom, they get a good pump off, and now the whole situation is flipped in their favor, which is pretty simple, but I thought I'd show you anyway. And they easily finish that, but then another team rocks up on them, and they kind of play this fight like pretty slow and like safely, which is probably due to like at this point in the tournament they were like doing really bad, so they probably wanted to play more safe and just get a good game. And also like they know they have good loot. Even though they have no middle, they know with this zone here, since it's a really short rotate and they're kind of in dead side, that they have the time to just farm up all their mats if they don't need a fight. So they kind of just play it slowly down here and just sit down here in case they come down and like give them opportunity to fight. But then another team blobs away, so they just take this opportunity just to go and play normally. Because they know they don't need to take that risk, because also points for kills are pretty bad on this. And then now all they realistically need to do is they can kind of chill when Jones is there's probably max mill they can get somewhere, but if they can't, they'll just find a near spot down here in this little dead side area, and they'll just farm up max middle and stuff, and then just play the game out. That's all they need to do. I'm pretty sure they rotate like down here somewhere, which is pretty good because congested side is going to be like that, right? And then if you're positioned here and then zone pulls over here, then that's an easy rotate for you. So you get to rotate before congested side, which will make it easier. And also, if zone does pull up here, then they're decently close already, so they can just get in there anyway. They box up here, like I said, and then zone pulls down here, and you notice they go instantly. And this is because of the positioning they're in, right? So they're here, and like I said before, congested side is over here. So what they do is they rotate instantly because they know they're ahead of congested side and there's no one in front of them, but there's people behind them, so they need to go instantly before those people, so they can go in the window of time where there's no one in the way and they can easily just hook at center for free. But imagine you position yourself like over here like these people. They can't go instantly because there's people beside them, to the left, to the right, in front of them, so they'll take ages to go forward into the next zone. And then yeah, they take the opportunity just to go center instantly. And they just pull fourth zone because almost center third, it's super likely anyway. And then half pulls over here. I assume they just use a pad because that's a perfect place to use a pad. Saves so many minutes and you get up in a high position anyway, so. That's really scary though, padding when they know there's someone above, because those people are definitely gonna go for a pump. They're both holding their shotguns out. Probably like maybe like wait last second just to edit it out and then place it down and go. Like as far this way as you can from them, because when they boxed out here and then they edited and placed walls, this team had a lot of time to get ready and then jump on them and shoot them. They could have gave them less warning that they were going to use a pad. And then the half positioning here is pretty good as well, because they position themselves here and they know dead side is on this side and they're central, so there's many good things here that they're doing. First of all, if they're in the center, the first thing they do good is like their center. So say the possible zones are like over here, or like over there, like anywhere like that, you get that there. Since they're pretty central, all of them are pretty equal like distance and length to get to. So you'll notice if you look at any rotate, they're all pretty easy, and then none of them are even a max pull. They're all just average. But then imagine you're positioned here, imagine zone pulls that way. You now have to rotate a max distance pull. So since they put themselves in the center of half, it makes every first moving pretty easy. And another thing good about it is that, like I said before, they have access to dead side. So if zone goes that way, or even that way, let's just talk about these two first though. If zone goes this way, they can easily rotate that way and access dead side, because this clump of people will rotate that way, majority of them. So what you'll see is this rotate on the right will be really easy if zone pulls up here, and the same thing for here. If zone goes over there, this clump of people will go that way, and then they can go this way. But as zone goes over here, what they can do is instantly rotate and get ahead, because there's no one in zone, so they can just get ahead and get that distance covered really early because there's no one there. So really good half-hour positioning. And first moving does pull this way, so what they do is they instantly rotate and get all that land covered because it's dead side there now. But doing this, you also got to be like, make sure that you can't get server focused. Like here, it's going to be fine, like you're not going to get server focused, so you can kind of tell, because there's like kind of a hill and you kind of have builds here, and most of the lobby is like down, there's not that many people up, so you can kind of just tell and make an observation if you're going to get server focused or not. And then since they're so far ahead, they get to look front like a lot more, which will give them more opportunities to get a refresh or just more surge. But they don't need surge in this situation anymore, so. But it does give them a lot more opportunities for refreshes. And do with this is like shoot people ahead, like just like these people, and then maybe get a crack or something, and then they get a run up ahead on them and then get the refresh on them, which could have happened here. But I think they noticed this team's like a duo and they might back off. You see them here going for it, exactly what I talked about, and they try to get their loot, but the team's just being a bit weird with it. And they padded this next rotate from here, and they landed, you'll notice they land pretty high up, because even though they're second height, it's going to be fine, because in 10 seconds they have to rotate anyway. So what they've done here is, since they're in this position and so high up, as you can see, no matter where second moving pulls, this way, that way, or back, you'll notice how easy it is for them to go any of those directions. Like they won't get suffocated from anyone, and they can just kind of like run along the old builds, and then they can just save a bunch of mats that way. And then when next zone pulls, they're probably going to look to drop down, so they're not second high anymore. So they just use that position to give themselves an easy rotate next, and now they're going to get off second zone. So they do go for low ground. I'd say it's actually pretty fine in this situation. A lot of the times I would say not to go low ground this early, but in this lobby it's pretty dead, and this zone is really like flat, and the next zones here are pretty fine. So this is a pretty good situation to play low ground. And then they get in a really good position on this like end of this moving zone to make it easy rotate for next zone. Like again, like on half, this is congested side. This always happens in every moving zone. There's always a congested side and then like a dead side here. So you can even abuse dead side in end game. So if you position yourself like in a point like here or here, then what you can do is next zone, if zone goes up there or there, you can do the same thing where you cut out to dead side and then use it to make the rotate easy, because you won't be rotating with this group of people to that way. Instead you'll be by yourself on the right or the left, like down here. So what they do is just use this opportunity to just instantly run forward in the dead side and get a lot of ground covered really quickly. And at this point they're really aggressively looking for a kill because they have 6 builds each. But here, to get a kill, you really just have to get together, play like strictly as a duo, and then just sit around each other, and then a few random people will drop low gun that have no mats, and you'll get cypher mats. And the cypher mats you can use to make more space and then get more kills, and then you get the snowball effect. Yeah, they get that couple siphon kills there, and they get some more mats. And they're gonna make more space with this, and then they get to get more kills with that space. And then at this point, there's 4 teams and 8 people, so you know it's just all good duos that are stacked. So they know they're just gonna have to jump in, so he jumps in. But unfortunately his teammate dies because there was another good team behind them that was stacked.